obviously she's going to watch this.
Yeah, I'm sure.
She's going to watch this. And if at all she watches, what would you want her to know?
Okay, one, she's a wonderful woman. Yeah, she is. I'm really sorry for what I did to her. I'm really sorry. Lynn, hata nikaambiwa niende nimoshe miguu to apologize. I will do it. I will do it kwa sababu I wouldn't want that thing. Hata mimi singeweza kutaka kufanywa kitu kama hiyo. You see? And my prayer is, I know hata yeye ilifika mahali aka withdraw and all that. But I would pray that she finds her heart, a place in her heart to forgive this man. Na Mungu tu atumie njia zake au reconcile. That one nitajua hata my kids are safe, and also my relationship na yeye and all that is safe.
Hello, good morning and a warm welcome to LNS. My name is Lynn Ngugi. Now, my guest today says she regrets being a second wife, and today she just wants to talk to women and young girls because she does not want you to repeat the same mistakes that she did. And I must applaud her because this is such a deep conversation to have, and I'm about to let her introduce herself. But before that, always guys, allow me to say thank you to my people at Elegance Fashion for coming through for me with this black outfit that obviously I love so much. And if you would be interested to purchase anything from them, the contact details are right here. And any more promote, and don't forget to say that Lynn sent you. And now without further ado, please allow me to let my lovely guest introduce herself. Good morning.
Morning to you.
How are you?
Very well.
We are like black on black.
Yeah, we were together in spirit.
We were together in spirit.
Yeah, sure.
How are you, mommy?
Very well.
You're good?
Thank you.
Please introduce yourself.
Okay. I'm Hellen.
Yeah.
Anindo.
Yes.
Born again Christian. I'm a mother of 3 lovely boys.
Yes.
And I'm a daughter to a beautiful lady somewhere in Western. I was brought up from western part of Kenya.
Okay.
Yeah. Many years ago.
Many women. We are just going to say many years ago.
Yeah,
we're just not going to tell them how many years ago. All they need to know is many years ago.
We leave the homework to them.
Yes.
Yeah. Because the story might tell her. Yeah, so I was born and raised up from a humble background, a Christian background, I can say that. And we grew up knowing God.
Yes. How many siblings do you have?
We were 8.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, 4 passed away.
Oh, sorry.
So we remained 4, 2 boys, 2 girls.
Okay.
That's now for my mama's side. Though my dad had other wives, so the other siblings there.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
how many wives did dad have?
Okay, I can remember 3 of them. Okay. At least I saw them.
Okay.
The rest, they used to come, stay for like 1 or 2 years, then they go.
All right.
But at least for 3, until when he was he passed away, we could acknowledge 3 of them.
Okay.
Yeah. So we grew up in a polygamous setup, and my mom was the first wife. And I think that woman, God just graced her with so much humility, and the fact that she knew God, she was able to outdo or overcome things that came her way. Okay. Because she would welcome the other women, show them a way forward.
Yes.
Yeah. So I grew up hating polygamous so much. Because being we are from the first wife, we suffered.
Yes.
We suffered. We could only see some privileges when dad is around. But when he's away with the other mamas, tutakula maisha ushago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we grew up like that, managed to go to school in the village. Then by God's grace, I got a chance to join a provincial school. It was a girls' school in Kakamega. Yeah. Nikamaliza form 4. Yeah, but nilimaliza nikiwa unexpected. After my form 4, I sat for my KCP when I was KCSA when I was pregnant.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So after that, I didn't enjoy that life after school because now I was becoming a mother. Yeah. I gave birth to a baby boy. Yes. He's so lovely. Yeah. I can attest the doings of the Lord.
Yeah.
Because now he's grown up. He's at least 14 years.
Yes.
And we had this agreement with the father.
Yes.
Because I had just done my Form 4. I didn't have anywhere to go, anything to hold apart from the KCC papers.
Yes, so apart from, allow me, let me take you a bit back. So you do your Form 4,
Yeah.
well expected.
Yeah, I think I was around 3-4 months.
3-4 months. Now let's talk about the dad to your son. Because so many people in school, like students,
Yeah.
most of them, they do the exams. Not
Yeah.
like most of them. There's a number that, you know, sit for the exams when expecting. Talk to me about the dad. How did you guys meet when you were still at school?
Okay.
And why was he like comfortable, you know, being intimate with a student who is still a teenager?
All right, now Lynn, I think I met him in Form 3, and he was doing his last year course in Makerere in Uganda.
Yeah.
But we came from the same village. And now you see that peer pressure in high school. You need to have everybody's talking about
niko na chali yangu.
Chali yangu nini.
Yes.
They are doing letters.
Yeah.
So nikajembe na mimi ni nani nibaki nyuma. So we got to know each other. Then I think towards the end of now my 4th year in Form 4.
Yeah.
That is when now tulikuja pamoja. And ile tu mnajipata out of pressure. You want to see nini watu wanasema.
Yes.
So
this was the first man.
Not actually the first man,
Yes.
not first boyfriend,
Yes.
but now
Intimate,
yeah.
Yeah.
So I can remember after 2 weeks, I noticed there's some changes in my body. And I called him, and calling from Kenya to Uganda, it was expensive because now I had gone back to school. Nakumbuka we used to have those medical tests. So wakati tulikuwa na hizo medical tests the pregnancy,
Yeah.
I remember there was a girl, a friend of mine, she had her surname was starting with same as mine.
Yes.
So nikamwambia mimi sioni kama niko poa, tukiingia kwa choo ingine then nitakutupia chupa yangu huko juu.
Yes.
Then you do what? You give me your urine. So that's what we did.
Yeah.
So nika manage kufanya mtihani yangu ya Form 4. So when I called him, akaniambia it's barely 2 weeks. Like to
give it time.
How sure are you ni ukweli na who is responsible? Oh. Okay, nikamwambia the reason I'm calling you, it's you. So akaniambia, oh, usiende around ukiambia watu concentrate on your studies first. We'll talk about it once you've done with the exams. So nika keep that word in me. I did my exams. I went home. Nobody could tell. I think it was my dad who first noticed. And then he told my mom. When mom approached me, nikamwambia no, it's not true. So tukakaa karibu 6-7 months hapo.
Yes, yeah.
I couldn't hide anymore.
Yeah.
So I had to tell them. So my dad used to move things faster. Nikimwambia leo kesho akamkia kwao. This is what your son did to my daughter. He has to marry her. So his parents were also born again. They were so welcoming.
Yes.
And I remember them telling, no, let the boy come back, then we can discuss the issue. So wakati alikuja hakukata, alikubali. So wakaanza kusupport the pregnancy until to its fullness.
Yeah.
So after giving birth, traditions zetu mtoto wenyewe lazima apelekwe kunyolewa kwao. So we did all those traditions. Tukapeleka mtoto akabatizwa. And then from there, now we had to sit down. I remember the sister telling him, this child must be brought up in a family setup. Mukae muonge. So akanipigia simu, akaniambia, I need you to come and stay at home. We bring our child together, and then maybe after 1 year, you can enroll a course in Makerere. You go to Form 5 and 6. I was super excited. Kumbe nitaendelea na masomo, so my dreams will still come true.
Yeah.
So we continued, tukaendelea kupanga kila kitu. Then now a week before, akaniambia next week Friday, I'll send someone to come and pick you, mtu wa boda and the child mkuje nyumbani.
Yeah.
Nikamwambia okay. Now it was around Tuesday, so I still have like a week and some days to prepare myself. So I went, packed my clothes, tule tungo tuzuri, you can go get married with them. Naangalia mpaka to inner close to Zuri.
Yes.
Nikaangalia vitu zangu nikapaka. Nikasema I'm not touching this bag until that time comes. So then after a week, immediately after a week, mom comes home.
Yeah.
Akaniambia, "Oh, kumbe kijana alikuwa anakuchezea tu." And I was like,
"What do you mean?"
Nikamuuliza, "Why saying so?" Ameoa.
Ameoa.
Niliona ni kama dunia inazunguka, like my mama anaongea vitu hakuna.
Yes.
So I like, okay, nimesikia, nimetoka huko juu, nimesikia ameoa, there's someone there. Lynn, niliona dunia inazunguka na mimi. And then sikumpigia that day. I wanted to digest it. I was thinking like, "Mom, what you're telling me is the village rumors."
Yes.
Because people were not happy. I felt like people were not happy
about your progress.
Yeah, I'm getting married to a graduate and all that.
From Makerere.
So I called the sister-in-law and asked her, "Amjaniambia mko na mgeni huko juu?" And she just laughed. Akaniambia, "No, there's no one." So I trusted her. So nikasema, those were rumors. But then my nephew comes back in the evening and then he tells me,
"Yes.
Unajua baby daddy wako ameoa?" Kamwambia, "Okay, you're the second person telling me this. Can you tell me at least nielewe?" Kaniambia, he was told amesoma, kwa nini aenda wewe msichana wa form 4? Si lazima mtoto watachukua wale. I felt bad. So nikajiambia sijasoma and all that. Okay. So I had now to call him. Nikamuuliza, "Hii nini nasikia?" And it's like 3 days to the day we had agreed.
Yes.
Akaniambia, "Kwa hivyo vile unasikia."
Hai.
Lynn, nilikasirika, nilimrushia maneno zote. Then he hanged up on me.
Yes.
So nililia, nikalia all I could. I can't remember kama kuna siku nyingine nililia hivyo. That time was like a morning session for me. I cried, nikakonda, nikaenda like in depression. I remember I wanted to do some things zenye azinge glorify God at all. But I think God had a purpose for my life. So he gave me the grace.
Yes.
So nikaka home. I wanted to see this woman. Who is this woman that is so beautiful than me, that is so educated than me, that has come to take my place? I did all I could and met her. So after meeting her, nikasema, "Okay, she's beautiful." I can acknowledge that. At least she has a taste. Nikajembe. Because I'm in the village. You understand life in the village? Yeah, at least she had gone at least to, I think after high school she went and did some computer packages. So at least wakaona amesoma. So nika recollect my life. I remember calling my brother. He's here in Nairobi. My elder brother akamwambia, "This is what has happened to me. I think I need to come over." Huku nyumbani sioni. Na yani ilinikula paka nikasikia nimeisha, nikabakia to cheekbones, and I wasn't this big by then. Nilikuwa very slim, 1 GB.
Yes.
So you can imagine, plus sasa hiyo depression, nikakonda kabisa.
500 MBs.
I can imagine. Yes. To cheekbones huko, alafu my hands zikakuwa mrefu tu hivyo. So I came to the city. They used to look at me like wanashangaa kama ni mimi. So my brother, kwanza the first thing he told me, "Are you born again?" Kamwambia, "Yes." Akanambia, "I want to lead you to God." So he held my hands the very day I came to the city and prayed for me again. Na akaniambia, "Huku si tumeokoka, we go to church hivyo hivyo." So nikajua kuokoka ni kwenda church Sunday, then you come back home.
Okay.
Hivyo. So nika shut my window for any relationship for that time. And I concentrated to what brought me here. He took me to IAT. Nikafanya CDL computer packages.
Okay.
At least nikajua hata mimi nimesoma. So from there life had to go on. Nilikuwa na ile fear that now if unajua sasa ni msichana so umekuja Nairobi. So other guys are approaching you, but now you are like, what if they'll do to me what
this guy did?
So I would shut them off.
Okay.
So now after some time nikajiambia, then another guy approached me. A boy we grew up together, though he was like 2 years older than me. We come from the same village. So nikajua bas. Now I'll use this guy to hit on him. So I gave in.
Because people want to do that.
Yes.
You want to use another person to make the other person feel bad.
And because you're from the same village, atatuona.
He must see us. Here comes revenge now. Yeah.
So he wasn't even my class lead.
Yes.
But now because amekuja at a convenient.
We have a mission.
Yeah. So we moved in, tukaanza kukaa kama boyfriend na girlfriend.
Yes.
And by then I was working in West. My brother had secured me a job there.
Yeah.
So ile siku nili move in, that's the day I began to pay his rent. Yes.
You moved in. Then you started paying his rent.
The first month, ile salary, I think the first month I worked for like 15 days. And then ikifika end month akaniambia unajua niko na deni ya rent hata sijalipa. So ile salary nilikuwa nimelipwa hiyo time yote nikalipa nayo rent. We stayed like for like 2 years. And
was there love?
Actually no, we couldn't even reason on the same page. I was in another world, he was in another world. But because I had a mission
to accomplish,
I had to keep him.
Yes.
So he got to know that I've gotten married, according to him.
Yeah.
And he was so fierce. I remember him calling me. Akaniambia lazima ungefanya tu from the same village. But I was so arrogant. So I couldn't listen to him. But after 2 years nikajiuliza, is this the kind of life I want to live? I'm not going to live to please people and also to try to put my revenge in a wrong way.
Yes.
So I had to walk out. And where I was working now in West, I met this friend. He was so close to me that anytime I need help,
he was available.
He was available. I was managing a cafeteria in a certain IT firm.
Yeah.
And as a manager, you need to go to the market, buy food, nini, ulete cooks wapike, then you coordinate vivo.
Yes.
So anytime I wanted to go and there was no car available, he would offer to drive me to where I wanted to go.
Yeah.
So our friendship grew that tight. So at some point, nili have to resign. I felt like, unajua zile pressure za kazi and all that, sina amani, so I had to resign. So when I resigned, I was living in Kariobangi, so I had to move now to Kayole.
Yeah.
So I got a house worth 2.5 in Kayole. Now, he helped me to move. He came with the job van, akanibebea tu vitu tungu hata tungetosha kwa hiyo tulikuwa kidogo. It was just a carpet and a mattress and a stove.
Yes.
Na tumanguo twangu. So I moved there. And by that time I had taken my son from the village.
Yes.
Now tulikuwa tunakaa naye and I had a house girl. So nikaanza tena hustle zangu. I used to cook food, chapati and dengu and sell to people. And he will support me.
Yeah.
So hapo hajaongea anything. We're just friends because he was married. Then our friendship, I think it grew close that ikifika mahali pa yeye kunikatia, I couldn't resist.
You felt like he was always there.
There for me. And then I'm disappointed with the young boys.
Yes.
Vitu wamenifanyia sasa.
So now you're with an older
let me
person?
just try keep myself comfortable. Actually, I didn't see us going anywhere because I knew he's married. But I wanted at least somebody who is mature and could reason.
What
and
was
could
the
talk.
age, the difference in years?
It's around 15.
Oh, so this is like what's it with women that you get to an age where you are like, I don't want to deal with young people anymore. I just need a mature person in my life. Like, I don't know. Like, if guy you are watching, maybe I would want you to tell me on the comment section. It's like you feel like mature men will take more good care of you than the people in your age limit. I don't know.
I think it's also being that you've been disappointed before and now you would want that change.
Yes.
And you think when you go for now I'm a more mature person, you'll get comfort. But Lynn, it's wrong. It's totally wrong.
It's wrong.
It's all about your mindset.
And the intention.
And the intention, yeah. So so we would come together, share our stories. I tell him about my past, what I've gone through. At some point he also opened up. Actually, according to me, I knew them as perfect marriage. And I would admire, there was a time the wife came to visit when we were working in Westlands, and I would see the way he served her, and I would admire. So we knew them as a
perfect couple.
Yeah.
Couple goals.
Yeah. So when he opened up, one day he opened up and told me what they are going through as a couple. And the story was at some point sad, but he kept on saying some things, they got my attention. So down the line, now tukakuwa boyfriend and girlfriend. Because now, I'm unable to pay my rent, 2.5. I'm unable to feed my son. I have a nanny, I'm paying 1,700.
Yes.
I'm unable to do all those things. and I don't want to go back to the village. And he's willing to
take care of you.
So he would pay my rent, attend, those days uchumi was uchumi and Nakumat. So you go to uchumi shop, anakuja nayo Kayole, people see Hellen analetewa shopping from uchumi, you see. So as time went by, I remember now, we were so close that hakuna siku ingesha kama hajakuja kucheck on us and all that. After work, he would drop by. Sometimes the wife, I'm working overnight, he comes, then spends at around 3 anaamka mbio kama mchawi, anarudi. Hellen. Yeah, because now he has to go back home, change and
go back to work.
So I think that stretch, it went so much that the wife was able to note something is amiss. So one day, like for 2-3 days, we didn't happen to see each other. And I woke up in the morning and sent him a message. And you know, Ata Kyoko wife, he will send me a message, a good night, he will pray for me in a message, write a prayer, and itumie.
Are you, and in your head, are you not feeling guilty, like, this is a married man right here?
Yeah, I was. I had that feeling, but now, nitafanya nini Lynn? Unaona alafu your time, I think I was also still young and spiritually young.
Yes.
I couldn't detect what I'm doing is wrong. So he will send me an SMS, God protect my sweet, do this and this. And those messages, I would write them in a book because I used to have that button phone. Yes. It would keep messages for long. And because I didn't want to lose them, I had to write them in my notebook. So it went on until one day, he did not send the message. He didn't call. So in the morning, I couldn't wait. And I had not seen him for 3 days. So I sent him the message. I asked, oh, what's up? You've not talked to us. Are you okay? And it was a kind of love message. And I think by that time, he was in the bathroom. So the wife is the one who saw the message. So the wife took my number and called me later. But before she called me, when he came back, he told me, I think there was a confrontation or something.
Yes.
Then after walking out, he called me, akanambia, my wife might call you, please don't tell her anything about us. Maybe it was a wrong message. So I was like, what did you tell her? I told her, hawa ni wakora wa kamiti. Lynn, I felt bad. Mimi ni mkora wa kamiti, even though we are not going anywhere. At least hata ungesema it's a wrong message or something.
Oh, yes.
So I felt bad. Why would you call me mkora wa kamiti? And you've saved my number with my surname. So later in the day, the wife called me. She was so calm. I remember she was so calm. Akaniambia, Hellen, how are you? Kambe, very well. I saw a message you sent to my husband. Kambe, yes, I did. What's going on? Kamwambia ukweli. I told her, we are in a relationship with your husband. And yeah.
Hellen,
I had to.
Nguvu yote. Where does this courage come from to tell another woman I'm in a relationship with your husband?
I think I was also, there was a kind of life I didn't want to live.
Yes.
And then I wanted, kama ni kuisha iishe batu kweli julikane so that
here's the truth.
There's a clear.
Yes.
So she asked me, can we meet? Kamba, of course we can. Nikamuza wena, akanambia today. Kamba, okay, fine. Where are we meeting? Akanambia, you suggest. Kamba, let's meet at Uhuru Park. Akanambia, okay, fine. At what time? We agreed on a time. Akanambia, please don't tell him you're meeting me. So I didn't tell him. I felt bad. I mean, it's a committee and all, so we couldn't communicate from there. Yeah. So I prepared myself. I notified one of my friends. I'm going to meet his wife. I don't know what will happen, and this is the place we are going to meet. Yes. So in case of anything, mwanze kunitafutia hapo. So when I was almost in town, she called me and told me, we are not meeting in Uhuru Park, let's meet at Central Park. Come on, okay, no problem. So she arrived earlier than me. So when I arrived, nikaka distance, nikamtafuta, akaniambia where she was, nika-observe hana mtu mwingine, hakuna nini, any sense of death. Our security. Yes. So we met. We sat on the ground, tukaongea. I was very honest with her, by the way. I told her everything from the day it began and all that. Akaniambia, I understand. Akaniambia, do you want me to give him a divorce so that you can be happy? Nikamwambia, no. I wouldn't want that. Akaniambia, then what do you want? Nikamwambia, you suggest what won't happen. Akaniambia, then I'll suggest you leave him alone. Nikamwambia, fine, I have no problem. So, akaniambia, now we've become friends. Can we go to my house? We take some tea, then I'll see off. Nikamwambia fine. So she wasn't staying far away from town. Tukaenda kwake. Sijaambia huyu mzee na sijaambia my friend because she was keeping track because now I felt if she see me on the phone
she might think you are texting the husband.
So I kept that aside. So we went to her house, nikapika chai, tukakunywa na mayai. Before we took tea, now mzee came. Akaingia. He was shocked kuniona. Kufika kwa mlango hivi, he almost wanted to go back, but asha park na ingia. I remember just, you are here. I told her, yes, I'm here. And the wife would look at him. So, tukaka, she brought tea and some eggs. So when she had gone for eggs, nika interchange the cups, nikapea the mzee sasa kikombe yake. He saw it, but I think alijua she cannot do any harm to me, so akakuwa to come. Akachukua whatever cup alikuwa ameniwekea.
I like that you are protecting yourself.
Lina had a son who was looking up onto me, so I had to. So tukakaa tukaongea, akaambia mzee, I've met Hellen. Hata wewe ulikuwa umejaribu kweli, she's so beautiful.
Oh wow.
That's what she told her, him. Akanyamaza, he was so calm. But this is what we've agreed. Hellen doesn't want anything to do with you, so you keep off her ways. Akasema, oh, that's what you've decided. Nikamwambia yes. Akasema, no problem. So they drove me to town. Nikachukua matatu, nikaenda Kayole. Nililia kwa matatu all the way.
Did you feel used?
Yeah.
Because I feel like she used you to prove a point.
Yeah. So, and then, unaona sasa wamekaa kwa gari, mimi nimekaa nyuma, sasa mimi ndio parcel, wao like, why? So, and they would laugh, unaona. So, mimi nimekaa hapa, nasema, oh, ndio mtu ananitanga sweet, ananiita love. Sasa ana drive gari akicheka.
With the wife now.
Anaita mami and all that. So, I went home, nikaambia God, wacha ikuwe vile umetaka ikuwe. So, I remember I cried for like 2 days. I didn't talk to them. The wife would call, I wouldn't pick. He would call, I didn't pick. Then after some time, the wife called, nikapata the courage. Akaniambia, Hellen, how are you? I know you're going through tough time. Nikamwambia, no, in fact, I'm very okay. Wow. Akaniambia, okay, if you're okay, ni sawa. Wacha hii maneno, ikahivu hata mtu asiwaijua. Nikamwambia, there's no problem. You can have my word. Then after some days, he called me. Akaniambia, Aki, you subjected me to a certain kind of life. I don't know how I'll manage. Comes upon what? Akaniambia, since that day, everything that happens in the house, henda kwa Hellen, fanya nini kwa Hellen, hivyo. So, kwa na those misunderstanding. Nikamwambia, it's normal. What do you expect her to do? So we stayed for some few days. Then, I saw him coming. And amefanya shopping ya uchumi. So he came, akatuletea shopping. And akasema, I'll be just checking on you to make sure at least you guys are okay. So tukaendelea hivyo. Then after 2-3 days.
Were you happy to see him?
I think nilifeel something in me. Nilifeel, oh, finally, at least he still cares. At least he's not immature like the people I've met before. So he didn't talk anything. Akatuachia shopping and some money, then he went. Because I'm jobless. Nimefunga biashara yangu, niko tu hapo, now I'm thinking what next. So it went on for some time. And from there, after like 2-3 days, he again calls me. And told me, honestly, I cannot keep on this kind of life. So he came, explained everything that has been happening, the fights they have been having, nini. And akaniambia now, by then I have not told you, we had now moved from that single room to 1 bedroom. His sister had some houses in Kayole, so we would go and stay there. So ametuacha kwa nyumba ya sister yake. Akaniambia, no, but I'll be paying your rent until you tell me you're stable. So after some time, it's the sister's house, so he has the right to come. Hata mimi siwezi mstop. After some time, he came and told me, I'm not going back there unless unirudishe. So I was like, what has happened? Then akaniambia the fights they have had, the insult and all that. And akakaa for like 2 days. Then he went back. Now the wife called me crying. Okay, Hellen, just let him come back. Nini. And that day, nilikuwa nimetoka kutolewa meno, so I was in pain. So I didn't want to talk much. So nikamwambia, let me get well first, then we can talk. So when we talked, nikamwambia, this is not what we agreed. We agreed you will welcome him back. You will take care of him. At least, outamukemea for what he has done.
Now, allow me this point. One woman to another. Were you feeling good here? I'm the one winning. He's in my...
At that point, I was like, okay, so he could choose me over the wife when you wamekaa 20 years. But now, I also didn't want to hurt her because she was so welcoming to me. And I can't say that at that point, you can detect any enmity between us. So when she was like begging. So I went home, nikamwambia from on my way from hospital, your wife has just called and she's requesting you go home back. She'll not do anything bad to you. She'll not quarrel you and all that. So alipack vitu, I think remember alikuwa anatoka kwangu around saa 5 saa 6 usiku. Kachukua tunguo twake akaingiza kwa gari akaenda. So tukakaa. Then after a while he comes back after some few days again. He didn't talk, akaanza kwa button, akaniambia, now you see the life you've subjected me to. I think they had a fight na kaumwa huku and the bleedings and all that. Akaniambia, that's the life you want me to live. Akinikamhurumia Lynn. Akasema, why would somebody do this to you? Alikuwa ameumwa huku until today the marks are still visible. So akaniambia, no, me I want to stay here. I think I'm much safer here than in that place. And then several things had taken place. The wife sasa alikuwa ameinvolve watu, his family wamejua. People from her family also were aware at the church because they were serving in church.
Yes.
So everybody knew that there's someone called Hellen. So akaniambia, me I'm not going back. But then you have to decide, because for me I cannot. Why? Okay, I remember him telling, why can't you just settle down? Me I can't get married as a second wife. Akaniambia, okay fine, I'll see what to do. So by then akatumwa job Mombasa. Akaniambia, have you ever been to Mombasa? Nikamwambia no. Can we go with you? Nikamwambia why not? Tukaenda Mombasa, nikaona Mombasa for the first time, nikapelekwa around. And you know, when you're in that time, I think the presence of God has left you, or I didn't have that conscience in me. What am I doing? I was just living life at that time, and I was only thinking about myself now. So we went to Mombasa, came back, and he went back to the wife. So again akakuja na manguo sasa siku nyingine. The last time now sasa nikasema let me give it a try. So he came with his clothes, akaniambia nguo zangu ziko kwa boot, but zilikuwa zimetupwa kwa nguo ya kwa the house for the couples. Yes. Chicken. So they are very dirty. Yeah. They are smelling the pupu for the chicken. So we went, took the clothes to the laundry, tukarudi nazo home after some time. Then akaniambia, I've decided I want to stay with you. I think the kind of life I've had with her is enough. You've seen the challenges and all that. I think hata wewe mahali imefika, you can tell which kind of person I'm living with. So I want to start a new chapter and I want to do it with you.
Hey.
Wow. So it was a tough decision. Na akasema, I'm not going anywhere. So we began our life together. Then after we've agreed on that, yes. But I told him, if you're coming to stay with me, they had done some investment and I remember making it clear, haukuji na chochote chenye umetoa huko. You are coming with just a few of your clothes, then tuanze from zero. So we began life from scratch.
Hey.
Yeah.
As you are beginning, has he left the first wife officially?
Not officially.
Now you've accepted to be the second wife.
I was not actually in terms with the word na kwa second wife. I was working with the word.
You are now.
Yes.
New chapter.
I want to start a new chapter with you. So nikasema yes, sasa takuwa ex.
Yes.
So I just nikamwambia kama that's the case, because polygamous for me no. I'm not going to live in a polygamous setup the way I was raised up. So kama umeamua ni hivyo, then make it official na yeye mwambie tu kweli, yes. This is what we've decided.
Yeah.
So he told me, nimemwongelesha kila kitu, I've told him before my people and they're okay. And okay, she'll throw tantrums, but later on she'll come to acceptance. So don't dwell so much on her.
Yeah.
Dwell on this part of her life. And I remember before that, Lynn, unajua sasa ile ya kujiiba, mnaenda somewhere, mnavaa goggles, you don't want to be noticed together. So nikamwambia, now that we've decided this, I don't want us to live in hiding anymore. Let it be in open.
Were you in love with him?
Actually, naweza sema that time it was sympathy. It was sympathy because unajua couples go through stuff.
Yes.
And he would come and share. And then it was so unfortunate they didn't have a child together for all those years. And he would tell me how his friends would mock him. Wengine wanamwambia ukitoka kazini, pitia kwangu, you play with my kids, then you go back to your home. At least you feel there. So he would tell me such stories. And nikaona namhurumia so much because nasa ni yeye tumebond than the wife. So that bond ikaenda on. So now we went to Mombasa for the second time.
Yes.
Akaniambia, now these ones tupeleke juu ya kazi. I just want to take you to Mombasa. So we went to Mombasa and came back, and after that nikanote nimeconceive. And akaniambia, when I broke the news to him, akaniambia, I've stayed with my wife for 20 years and she was unable to conceive. What makes you think that pregnancy is mine? Nikajiuliza again. Nikamwambia, okay, fine. I'll not fight. I know it's yours, or if it's not yours, it's for the Holy Spirit. Because I had not gone with any other man. Yeah.
Yes.
So I was like, so these men are all the same.
Yeah.
So ananiambia nini tena? And nikabeba, I carried the pregnancy to its fullness. And I remember telling God, shame this man. But okay, he was there providing, but with doubts now. He would check my phone. I want to see if there's any other person. He couldn't get any trace.
Yeah.
So when the baby was born, mtoto ndio first time atatoa, but this boy was able. I was able to, even himself, the resemblance. And then the same place he has birthmark on his arm, the baby had the birthmark there. So you could check the body, the whole body. Ask, oh, he has the birthmark, same place, very big birthmark. So he was ashamed, came back to his senses. And in the process, he would leave me, go back to the wife. In between.
Yes.
He's with me, he's the other side. Akirudi.
How would that make you feel?
It was not comfortable at all. Because now you don't know wakiwa huko anaongea nini. And at some point, will he come back? Then he'll come back. Then sometimes you wake up in the morning. Now you see, I'm behaving like a married woman.
Yes.
I wake up in the morning, prepare the breakfast for him. He'll take the tea, aeke kwa kikombe, just to show me amekunywa, but he didn't take the tea. Then kumbe he now goes to the wife, kunywa chai.
Yes. Hey.
So I later on when wakati alikuwa, after doing that, he wrote a message to her. So ilikuwa ni kama tunangangania mwanaume. Everybody's struggling to have him. She's struggling, I'm also struggling at my end. So he sent her a message, akamwambia, I'm coming for breakfast, don't late. So when she was replying, I was the one with the phone. So I said, oh, kumbe you are going to take tea somewhere else. And the way I struggled to wake up.
And
so
make
I stopped,
tea for you.
No, I'll not be making tea for you. You'll be sorting yourself on way out. So from that day henceforth, I stopped making tea. So nikaanza kuona vituko, tukajamba, let me give birth first, then maybe I can decide what to do with my life. So when I gave birth, he was excited, these people were excited. Then akachange, akakuwa very good. So tukakua na hizo fights every now and then. Now the wife tumekuwa enemies because she could send insults sometimes. So now, because I also want to protect myself,
you send the same insults.
Because now the husband, they told me much about her and her weakness and all that. So I would do that. So tukakuwa enemies wenye tuwezi kutana tena.
Here goes the part where men tell the
and it is very
other
wrong.
woman about the weakness of their woman, because then you already know the weakness. So I'll be like, where's Iza? Yeah.
So nilikuwa natuma hizo insults and some vile alikuwa anaongea, some of the things they would vile alikuwa na behave.
Yes.
And something funny.
What were some of the things that you would tell her?
Like okay, like she was violent. According to what I analyzed from the talk, she was violent. Hata yeye alikuwa anasema this minute you're okay, the next minute she's so wild. So I would ask, nimwambie sasa wewe, are you a human? I used to call her man eater because ile siku alikuja amemuuma mwili yote. Lynn, I didn't take it kujua naye amemfanyia nini, because ndio mtu afike mahali pa kukuuma hivyo, there must be something you've done. So we would exchange. She would call me husband snatcher, I don't know, stranger, matusi mbaya mbaya, you can't even mention them. And I also respond. And this man alikuwa amemwanika kama
ngunia
before me, so I knew in and out. So I would send the insult and it will pain her, and huyu akienda kwa anapigana. So when he comes back, anataka kupata now comfort from me. So it reached a point nikaona he's tossing us
around
and playing with our feelings. So nikajembe now, because the child is involved, let me just watch this game nione itaenda paka lini. Makio have introduced him to my people. He came with his people to my village.
To your son?
To my son. My son calls him now dad.
Dad.
And then he has done the first introduction part, traditional marriage. So we continued na hizo tu hiccups and there. So me I focus now, nikaanza kufocus now on my life. Kajamba now I have to do something. So I would look for job, zikifail I go back to business. Hivyo. Then I remember now, it went on for a stretch.
Yes.
But now nilikuwa like a married woman, because his people would come stay with us. I would go to his home, I would talk to his people, and we were just like now a family.
Yeah.
So tukaacha mama akae huko na yeye akienda, we plan things in the house, he goes tells her. So Lynn, mtu asiwahi kudanganya ati first wife ni mbaya. No, kuna that attachment to waitoke. Because we would plan things, he would go and share with her. Utarushiwa matusi ushindwe, na hii ilitoka wapi? So you confront him and akwambia, no. He would even accuse the sisters or the brothers. They are the one who has told her. So tukaendelea hivyo. So I remember in 2018, he paid my dowry. The same year, a few months later, my dad passed on. And I think it was a turning point for me. Because now, when we went for my dad's burial, I remember sharing with my mom. My mom, on hearing that dad has passed, and she's the one who prayed for him in the morning when he was being taken to the hospital, because dad had requested. He was staying with another third wife,
yes,
who happens to be younger than me, in a compound next to mom. So when he falls sick, he sent the woman, go and call
my wife,
my
first
wife. He used to call my mom Mama. Go call Mama to come and pray for me. So mom went and prayed for him, and he was taken to the hospital. And he was having some difficulty in breathing, and we could talk even on the way and everything. So at around 7 p.m, we came to learn that he's no more. And this is somebody who was well throughout the day, but ako hospitali. So when mom learned, I think she messed her clothes. Alisema wakati alisikia information, she could diary on herself. And when she was telling us those things, I could connect. And I remember her statement, she told us, I was hoping that one day your dad will come to senses and come back to me so that we can stay together the way we used the first days. Kumbe, I'm waiting for someone who's going to die. And Lynn, that word haunted me. And I asked myself, and now, what of the other wife? Now on my end.
Yes.
Could it be she's also, because she never let this man go.
Yes.
She knew I'm a stranger in their marriage, because they had had an official
marriage. Yeah, they were legally married. And what if she's hoping that one day this man will go back to him? To her.
So that statement alone started hitting me. So after the burial, we came back, and I loved my mom so much. And I could imagine the pain that's when I realized, kumbe she was going through the pain, but pretending to be strong just because,
to be okay.
Someday there shall be rays of hope. So when I came back, and I was expecting now my second born with him.
Yeah.
And the fights began again.
Yeah.
He would, is that kind of a person, hata fikiria kitu atakwambia. If he wants to tell you are stupid, he'll tell you that he's being stupid. So anytime I would make a suggestion or something, he would send all sorts of insults, and I would cry. I remember the pregnancy was not that easy, because now I've lost my dad, I'm mourning my dad.
Yes.
I'm facing insults of insecure man in the house. And I remember that now this child, we had not even planned. So he was like, we have not planned for this child. Umemtoa wapi? So I told God the same thing I told him the first time.
Yeah.
This is the second time I'm having the child, but immediately after getting birth, God, I will run for my life. I cannot continue this. So it was long overdue, my pregnancy. I think I gave birth at 10 months and through CS, something that I didn't prepare myself for, but it had to go that way. So when I gave birth to my baby, tena akaona mtoto amemfanana kila kitu. So this woman was telling her, Hellen is going to Muganga to get these kids look like you, but they're not your kids. And he will come and tell me that. And I was like, okay. I might be that evil, Lena, but I've never seen a Mganga's house. I don't know even what happens there. My mom and dad has never shown me such kind of life. And we would pray in our house. We would do everything in a godly way, apart from now the life. And it reached a point that I got tired. So I started seeking God. Nikaambia God, in my weakness, you are the only person I can run to. With my mistakes and everything that I've done and the people that I've hurt in the past, you are the only person I can run to. But Lynn, I didn't know how to go about it. So I remember after giving birth, I had that 6 months leave. At least I heal and all that.
Yes.
During that time, he changed and became so good. But now, zile vitu alikuwa ameacha kwa roho yangu, they were giving me some signals where I'm heading. So 2020, COVID ikaingia.
Yes.
So I went home. I told him, let me take my son home. At least my mom could see him, and then we'll be back. So he gave us the permission to go home. We went and we stayed for 3 months. Tukifokuka kwa lockdown, so we couldn't come back. So we stayed there with my 3 kids. Na akabaki huko Nairobi. I think during that stretch of time, I was able now to analyze my life very well.
And think.
Because now I called myself in a meeting and I asked myself, Helen, is this kind of life you want to live? Whatever you've done to that woman, if somebody would do to you, ungefeel aje? And I would look to my mom, because now that time took on a long time na yeye, running her errands all over, but now you could see a lonely woman. And your mom went through such
thing.
Yeah.
And you're subjecting another woman.
And there's another woman
who is going
despite
through
her weakness and all that, she has cried, she has shed her tears because of you. I heard that so inhuman. So I remember I went to see another pastor at home. And that pastor used to pray. You know, in the village, you need to... I love God. Even in the midst of everything, I would love to walk with God. So when I was at home, I felt like I've missed to go to church. And my mom told me, it was my sister, my elder sister, there's a pastor friend of us who prays for us. You can go so that you can also pray for him. So I went there. He prayed, and I remember him asking, are you married? And I told him, yes. You are not. I told him, I'm married. And then he told me, you're married to someone's husband. But waliachana. And who told you that waliachana? I tried justifying my reason.
Yes.
Akaniambia, no, I'll tell you for free. Hawajawahi wachana. Na hawatawahi wachana. So, because I had told him, pray for my husband, at least apate a job and all that, nini. And then akaniambia, why do you want to pray for someone's husband? So, ikatokea hivyo. Then akaniambia, okay, fine, because there are children involved and you're saying all that you're saying,
yes,
let's pray for him, apate kazi. Yeah. True to it, after kumefunguliwa, he got a job. Then we came back to Nairobi now. So, from there, Lynn, it didn't went well with me at all. I didn't have peace. I came back, my body was there, but my spirit was just somewhere else, thinking on what I'm supposed to do. Hapa kuna watoto, my people are involved, these people are involved, we're not just the two of us. But now what do I do? I'm not having peace at all. So I would lock myself and cry. Ask God, why? Why would you allow me to go through this? Alafu nakuja kunifungua macho sahi. But then it would also click. I remember when we started staying together, in my sleep, I had like a spirit of God telling me, you need to be ambassador to other girls. But the kind of life you're living, you might not be able to do it. So you need to come out. And I could echo the words that people, that God sent to my life during that time to warn me. They could come fresh and start haunting me. Sasa nikajiuliza, what will I do? Where will I begin from? How will I even tell him? Because now he's settled, he's comfortable on our watoto, and then he loves the kids so much that yani huwezi mwambia anything. So nikaambia God, because I tried seeking some advice from people. No, I could send messages to even some women. Like I used to attend a certain women meeting somewhere, and I had their WhatsApp number, and I could seek their advice. They said, in matters where the children are involved, we can't ask you to walk out. I sent to another pastor friend of mine, he's in Mombasa. I told him this, that you've been praying with me, but you don't know what
is going on in the truth. You don't know the truth.
So this is the kind of life I'm living. And then he told me, I am not called to separate a home. And for the sake of children, I wouldn't advise you to walk out. I wasn't contented, Lynn. So I remember telling God, I've surrendered my life to you. Do what you want to do with me. Whatever you tell me to do, I'll do. Then the devil is also a liar. And okay, I'll say the devil because now, in the midst of that, this man gets some good money. And he tells me, Hellen, I want to give you a home. I want to go and construct. Remember, for the last 10 years we've been together.
10 years.
I've never slept at their home. We usually visit them daytime.
Yes, and come back.
So.
And now he wants to give you a house.
And because he had money, I'm not just going to give you a house. And he showed me the kind of a house he wants to construct for me. And he told me I'm doing it in 2 months and it will be done. So we went to his home. We did the foundation and everything and began the house. But now my heart was not there. I'm excited outwardly, but when I'm inwardly, alone, I'm like, hey, is it right? Is it going to work? You know that super excited you have when something good is happening? It wasn't there. So actually, because he had the money, he pumped in, the materials were brought and all that. We went to site, collected the stones and all that. And the house began. And in 2 months, we went to do the roofing. And I remember that time, before the roofing, I told God, God, where are you leading me to? Why am I feeling I'm not in the right direction? And if it's your will, I remember at some point, Lynn, I had now to talk to God the way I'm talking to you. And I told God, if it's your will, I'll stay in that house before August this year. But ikienda beyond that, I know there's something you are communicating. And I want you to show me signs that will make me know I'm in the wrong place or in the right place. So I think those prayers were either good or bad. This guy, job ikakatika pap. And all the money he had pumped in the house. So he doesn't have a job. So back to the drawing board. I'm now with my hustles and all that. I'm the one providing everything. He's back in the house and all that. And to me, it communicated something. But kwake akaona kama it's a failing what, but akanipea hope. Akaniambia no, hii nyumba lazima iishe.
Yeah.
So later in that day, in that year, this lady falls sick. Akakuwa na COVID.
The first wife.
Yeah. And I remember I was at work and he called me akaniambia, I'm going to Mama Lucy. The sister was also unwell, to check if I can secure a bed for my sister. The signs she's having, she could be having COVID. So I remember asking him, Mama Lucy, of all the hospitals na umesikia cases zimekuwa huko, aka insist. Little did I know, I think somebody had called him, akamwambia the wife is at also Mama Lucy. So akaenda akafika akanipigia akaniambia, imagine I'm here and I'm seeing her car parked at the parking and trying to find out she's admitted, ako kwa oxygen, ako na COVID. Lynn iliniguza. One, why would she be sick? Number two, why would he lie to me na alijua vizuri ni anaenda kuona huko? So nikamuuliza, now what are you planning to do? Akaniambia okay, watu wake wakazi wamesema they are taking him to KU. At least kuna wamesecure bed there in a private wing. But I have to be here. So nikamwambia it's okay. We'll proceed because okay, hata kama nilikuwa na unyama, I wouldn't want something like unaona mtu ako kwa oxygen and Mama Lucy, once you're told mtu ako kwa oxygen.
Yes. You fear for the worst.
And then he's telling me on the phone, I don't think if she'll make it. Nikamwambia no, assist. So wakaenda KU. They couldn't secure the bed that fast because I think there was some deposits that were supposed to be done. And in the process, ikabidi alale huko. Then hospitali, something told me now it's your time to talk to God. So I told God, okay, I've learned this kind of conversation with God. I'm like, God, come we talk.
Come hapa.
Yes. So nikamwambia God now. I was on my bed. This woman, her life it's at stake. If Lord you save her, I know you meant these two people to be together and I'll walk away. But if you decide to take her, then nitajua you're communicating something. I couldn't get peace. On Saturday, he sent message to my pastor. Nikamwambia, Pastor, so-and-so is unwell. Can we pray for her tomorrow in church? We prayed for that woman on the altar. So, but her health deteriorate and all that. But finally, God, I was faithful. She managed, akarecover. So, akakuja out of the hospital, tukakaa for like 2 months. I sat him down. Nikamwambia, do you know what? Unajua tumekuwa tukiishi katika dhambi. And he was like, what are you telling me? Nikamwambia, the life we've been living, it's not a godly life. And I need us to change. I said, what do you want me to do? And I remember telling him, I want you to go back to your wife. He was like, what are you telling me? Kambe, I want you to go back. Because one, you've never been away from her. Number two, so don't pretend like it's something new or nini, but I'm willing to let you go so that at least pale tulikosea Mungu atusamee. And then I'm also I'm having that nini ya kuserve God, but I'm feeling this marriage is hindering me. Because there are offices I will not be able to step in. And I want to serve God. I've identified my area of serving God. But because of my lifestyle, I'm unable to do it. And I don't want to just like upate siko or something. I believe we began this journey as 2 adults. And a point has come where we need to
end it.
Yeah. Akamza, what of my children? What of you? What happens with you? Oh, umepata mwanaume mwingine. So ikakuwa tena battle. So nikaanza, akaniambia, I'm not letting you go. I'm not letting my children. My children cannot stay away even a single day away from me. Nikabaki peke yangu na Mungu wangu sasa. So whenever he's away, I would lock myself in the bathroom. Sometimes watu wanadhani mami amelala, but I'm just praying and asking God. Na hiyo kitu ikaanza kunikula. I couldn't even. This person is somebody tumekaa pamoja. Now love imekuwa nini? I've learned to love him and accept him.
For 10 years.
Yeah. But now, hiyo love imetoka. Ilitoka true. So hata when he tries to hold me, I feel like unaniumiza. So nikajiambia, this journey nimechoka kuambia watu because they're not giving me this. I felt like unaenda kusaidika na some advice, but they're not giving you what you're looking for. So I could cry, I could keep it to myself. Sikuwa nataka nikitoka from job, I lock myself in the bedroom. After supper, watu wamekula wameenda kulala, I go to the sitting room and I will stay pretending to be watching mpaka hata saa 7. Then he could note the drift. Akaniambia, what's happening with you? You've literally changed. Nikamwambia, there's something in me na nikula that I can't continue staying this kind of life. So he could come and watch the programs I'm watching and I feel they are the one poisoning my mind. Then akaniambia, umerogwa. You're not normal. You want to live all this kind of life, wende wapi? Watu wangu na subject wa maisha gani and all that. And I was like, could he be right? Naweza kuwa nimerogwa. But nikauliza God, naweza rogwa na niko in a relationship na that I feel in, it's a conviction.
Yes.
It's a conviction in me that I don't know how to go about. So nikakuwa nakuliwa. How will I start telling my mom? How will I start telling my children?
Yes.
How will I start telling myself?
Because there's always fear of people. There's always what will people say, you know?
Yeah. And then we were icon. Lynn, tungetembea ukasema perfect couple. Unaona? Tulikuwa compatible outwardly. Church tulipewa respect. Everywhere we will go, we'll command respect. So now, utaambiaje hawa watu wote wenye wanawajua. So hizo maswali nilikuwa najiuliza, hakuna jibu nilikuwa napata. And I came to learn that when God gives instruction to do something, stop asking questions how you'll do it.
Just do it.
Yeah, just do it. Because he knows the capacity amekupea can do it. But I think nikakuwa shingo ngumu or something. Nikaanza kutafuta counselor sasa. Nikasema, let me just get counseling myself. Nikaambia God, at the end of the sessions that I'll have with counselor, I know utakuwa umenipatia a solution on how to go about. So anybody when you reach out for counseling, they were charging.
Yeah.
And I didn't have that money. So I remember telling God, okay, the only counselor who was available for free, I prayed over it. And it didn't click. So I told God, the next person you're bringing, because down the journey, tumekuwa pia messed up na some people in the name of God. So nikaambia God, I need somebody mature, somebody I can share with, and also guide me I approve. Sitaki mtu aniambie that it's the grace is sufficient, because now I've learned once I've repented.
Yes.
I went through the repentance and all that. Should I continue living in sin so that grace may abound? So nikamwambia God, I need somebody to teach me on how to walk out, to hold my hand.
Yes.
So in the process nikiwa kwa Facebook, in the place I stay, hiyo nini what's Facebook page ya huko.
Yeah.
A lady post akasema we are doing free counseling and Christian counseling and what. If you're interested, akacha number. So I remember calling that number. Nikamuuliza, how do you do it? Akaniambia, we meet for fellowship and all that.
Yeah.
And we also have some professional counselors. So nika get interested. Nikamuuliza, you do it for free? Akaniambia, yes, for free. Akasema, yeah. Akasema, okay, now let me give this a try.
Yeah.
So we had an appointment. Akaniambia, link you to one of the counselors on such a time. Mukuje mahali fulani. So a day before, I was open, nikamwambia, I'm going for counseling sessions. Akaniambia, what for? Why are you going to be cancelled? We are okay the way we are. Nikamwambia, no, I think I need to talk to somebody. Because now nilikuwa naanza kusikia pain kama ulcers that develop. Ingekuwa so painful, and then I'm so lonely, locked. Sitaki mtu aniongeleshe. Sitaki, at sometimes I go to work, I'm unable to work. Hiyo kitu ilikuwa inanikula. So when counseling, this lady introduced a counselor to me. I remember before the meeting, we had suggested we meet in a certain church somewhere. So I remember telling God before when he came, nikaona ni man. Nikamwambia God, I didn't want to talk to a man. I wanted to talk to a lady. Why sending man my way? Nikamwambia God, if it's not your will, let me not open my mouth
to this person.
Yeah. So this lady akakuja, we had a table to cancel. This man akasema, let's pray. Akapray, he introduced himself. Akaniambia what roles he plays. So tukafanya nini? I found myself opening and pouring myself out. And that time nilikuwa naongea but nalia. So I could tell him things that I've gone through, the way to have explained to you how it all began, the process and all that. And he could listen and take his notes. Mimi nalia ya hali nashindwa kwani hizi vitu hazikuguza. But
roho yako ni ngumu aje. Yeah.
Little did I know that hata mimi kuna time I'll reach, I won't be able to cry. So akaniuliza, how is your personal life with God? Nikajiuliza, I've come for marital counsel, unani divert, but nika cooperate. So akaniambia, I want to teach you about the heart of God and the heart of man. And I'll also teach you about repentance, and also I think we went through some sessions, but he never tackled the issue yenye nilitaka tukutane naye. So we went for those sessions for some months. Akaniambia, by the end of sorry,
it's okay.
The end of session, you'll be able to do what?
To make a decision.
Whether you want to stay
or leave.
But I'll not give you the decision. It's between you and God. So I would enjoy his classes. I would enjoy, by the way, he's a God sent. I think he was just sent at a convenient time for me.
Yes.
Because at the end of the sessions, so this is how God is. Na mimi nimekuwa nikijua hivi, and you know many people not, especially some pastors, not all of them.
Yes.
There are good pastors out there who would want their congregation to grow. But kuna wale watataka, I don't know why, but now I'm getting to know this God from a different perspective. But it's now in line with the word of God.
Yes.
Because he's not telling me anything outside the word of God.
Yes.
So nikibaki peke yangu, I'll meditate on the subject that we had. Share, I would want even arudi tena tu. But now, akona watu wengi to attend to.
Yes.
And also, I'm a planned sessions zangu. So I would long for those sessions. And I also incorporate my pastor, who also played a big role. But now alikuwa na some limitation because he told me, he's my brother actually.
Yeah.
My elder brother. And because he was my brother, kuna mahali hangeweza ku-advise.
Yes.
Akisema, now if I walk out of the nini ya Mungu battle, I will not be able to advise because this man will think
I'm the one. Yes.
So it is good you got someone outside. So I would tell him, why can't we go for the sessions? They are very, and if I happen to get those people, I'll kill them. Nitawakatakata. Because they were willing even to come to the house and
talk to you guys.
And also him. Alikata. Akasema I don't need any counseling, I don't need any session with anybody, I'm okay with the way I am. So mimi nikaendelea na my sessions, nikaendelea nikajua oh okay. Now time came, Hellen has to leave. Nikaanza kupea God timelines. You don't give God timelines, Lynn. Nikaambia God, wacha kitu fulani ifanyike kwanza, then I'll move out. Or two, give me just a stretch of some time, then I'll do what? I'll walk out.
Because you want to walk out when it's comfortable.
And
convenient for you, you know?
Hey, God didn't want that. Because now, okay, my body's there, but my soul and emotions and all that zilienda. I'm like a stranger kwenye nilikuwa naona a home, a place I could go and get some comfort and peace. Whenever I could enter and I feel
no, this is
yeah. So I nikaanza postpone God. I could see clearly there is an exit way, but I postpone. I want things to work. In fact, I remember telling God, why can't you just, because God, you are capable, why can't you just tell him like a madman, apack vitu zake na arudi kwa bibi yake. Aniache hapa. Yes. I don't want to walk out of this place.
Yeah.
Hii nyumba watoto wangu wamezoea. It's convenient. Hata sijiulizi lini nitailipa aje. But I just want to remain in that house.
Na yato, okay.
Yes. So sometimes he would go to sleep and I will hold his portrait. Nambia God, I'm sending this man back to his wife. I'm sending him back to his wife. I don't want him in my house. Lynn, I did that for months. It didn't work. The more I will do that, the more anaka kama anaka. Sometimes he would go out to work. Nambia God, si apiti tu kwa kienda nisikia hajarudi. Then when I call him aniambie,
I'm on my way.
God, I'll be very happy because nitajua umemrudisha huko.
Yes.
God was telling me, Hellen, you are the one to go. So I remember nikasema sasa mambo wacha tupambane na Mungu. So nikaanza kujipanga. So I remember nikaenda nikatafuta house. I didn't have the money. Not even 1,000 bob. And I remember telling God, I'll not take my children out of this comfort. Niwapeleke mahali wateseke. But I know you are faithful, God. And if you are involved in this, you are going to provide number one, a house and the finances to pay for the house. So I took a step of faith. Nikaenda nikatafuta nyumba. The first house I saw ilinipendeza. Nikasema even though it's a 2-bedroom.
Yes.
But nikajiambia it might look small and all that. But at least
I love it.
Watakuwa comfortable hapa. Because now I was thinking, watoe hapo you take them to a single room or a place where, unaona, because I have not prepared them. So I remember talking to the owner nikamwambia, by Wednesday, don't give out this house. By Wednesday next week, I'll send you money for the house. Okay. She's such a nice lady.
Yeah.
So loving. Akaniambia, no problem, I'll keep true to it. Without a single coin, she kept the house a whole week. So on Wednesday, I remember kuna kazi nilifanya mahali na sikulipwa. So I did a follow up. Akaniambia hata niwe tulikuwa tunakutafuta upige simu. So they sent me money. Nikaenda nikalipa deposit. Kamwambia on Friday I'll clear the balance as I move in.
Yes.
Nikaenda nikaosha nyumba, nikafanya kila kitu. Now nikajirudisha. Now what am I taking from this house? Number two, how am I going to come out?
Yeah.
Lynn, as a woman, you buy things ukiwa kwa nyumba. Nasema hii kiti ni mimi nimenunua, this fridge is, unaona?
Microwave.
So nikasema I'm not leaving anything that I bought with my own money.
Yes.
I'm taking it. Na zenye alinunua, I'm not touching them. So now the day came. Your Friday, to be honest, God provided the money. So I cleared the rent. So after clearing the rent, now this man is in the house. Hiyo siku hatoki. Na alikuwa anatoka hizo siku zingine.
Na Friday amekata.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I'm around. I'm like, oh, wow. So what do I do now? So I told him, let us go and see your mom. Kaniambia, oh, by the way, we've stayed long without going to see her. Kamba, we'll go. Let me give her a call. So I called the mom. Kamba, Mami, how are you? Fine, in the village. And tomorrow you're coming to see. And she was so excited. Okay, I was her favorite of all the
wives.
Yeah. She would love me. Hata mtoto wake mwenye amezaa angemnyima kitu, but Hellen apate. So when she heard I was coming, she was happy. So mimi najua kitu nafanya. So ikafika jioni, nikamwambia the girl who helps me at work will not be available tomorrow. She has just confirmed there's somewhere she's going. And I have a client that I need to attend to. So I cannot postpone because number two, we need this money hapa. So what we do, ile pesa mimi tungetumia kwenda home, just go buy sugar and some stuff. So mami, wewe enda, ukifika huko I'll explain why I've not come. Akaniambia, then wacha tusiende tu. If you're not going, na mami hata si excited kuniona mimi, she is excited to see you. Haya. So nikamconvince, nikamwambia okay, let's sleep, but tutaenda kesho. So ikifika asubuhi nikamwambia you go. I don't know why I'm feeling you have to go. Akasema ni sawa. So nikamwambia ukipata gari ya kwenda, cause he was using matatu. Ukipata gari ya kwenda huko, niambie umepata gari. Truth itakuwa mwaminifu. Akaniambia nishapata gari. That was around 7 in the morning. Tumetoka. Nikaamka Lynn, nikaanza kupaka. I told my house girl, shika hiyo room yenu, panga ABCD. Mimi niko huku. I had planned everything, the movers, nini watu wa kunisaidia hapo and here and there. So tukapanga. So at around 8, lori ya kubeba vitu ikaingia. And I remember soja alikuwa amekataa isiingie, but nikamwambia there's some things that we need to do what to take out.
Yes.
So let the lorry
come in.
So akaikubalia. But I think aliobserve akaona vitu zinatoka kwa hiyo nyumba ni mimi. So he called my husband. Akamwambia, so and so, you didn't tell me you are moving out. Na umetoka tu hapa saa hii asubuhi. So akamwambia, moving to where? Akamwambia, no, lori imekuja na kuna vitu zinaingizwa kwa lori. So akamwambia, hiyo lori sitoke hapo. Paka Makiu ameshafika home, amenipea simu, nimeongelesha mom, akamwambia I'm not coming but I'll send you money and because you know mama loves money. Yes. So wakati alisikia hivyo hakukasirika sijaenda. Yeah. So nikamwambia I'll send you money the course of the day, at least you go and buy something good for you. So akafurahi, akaniambia hata natembea naona nyumba yetu nyasi zinamemea but tutamaliza tu, usijali mami, tutamaliza. Nikamwambia okay, wewe kaka na mami hata usiku ina hurry, at least leo we like after short time ananipigia simu so I think anataka kuniambia something progressive na home. Yes. Kaniuliza where are you? Nikamwambia I'm in the house. Haujaenda job? Si you had a client wa 11? Nikamwambia no, amepostpone anakuja 12. Okay, na lori inafanya nini hapo chini? Now yes, anaongea na hasira and his voice would scare you. Nikakata simu. Nikaisha. Then he called again. I'm asking you, lori inafanya nini hapo chini? Nikamwambia sijui. I don't know kama kuna lori. So akaniambia no, there's a lori na soja ameniambia kuna vitu unatoa kwa nyumba. Unatoa unapeleka wapi? Nikamwambia no, I'm taking few of my stuffs. I've been talking to you, hujanisikia. So I think we need to a break. Akasema hakuna kitu inatoka hapo. Lini sasa tumeshaanza kupack everything yangu kwa lori. Nikaanza sasa kupanga vitu zake, nini at least apate nyumba ikiwa in order. Nini soja akasema I've been instructed and because the man lori haitoki. I tried everything in my avenue, in my power to convince this soldier hakuna kitu mbaya inafanyika. I just need some space. Soja alikataa. Hiyo saa he has called our pastor. Amekuja, at least alikuwa ku notify what so people could call. So immediately akachukua basi akarudi. It took him like 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours. So he was boiling wherever he is. So when pastor saw that this man vile anamongelesha kwa simu akuji na amani, and now this lady pia yeye amekasirika, amezuiwa kutoka. So hapa kuna vita. So pastor told me go to my house and stay there with the kids. I'll handle him first, then I'll call you back. So akafika akauliza watalori, how much have you been paid? Wakamwambia I'm giving you double. Rudisheni vitu kwa nyumba. So wakaanza kurudisha, akawalipa, they went. So akakuwa he was so furious
and angry.
Yeah, why would I do such a thing? So akamwambia pastor, I'm not talking until she's here. So I had to come back now kwa nyumba. Nikaacha watoto kwa my pastor. So in the process I thought if I make some decisions without any of his family members knowing, they might blame me in the long run. So I decided to call one of the sisters who is a reverend and also elder sister to him. So I told him there's an emergency, kujeni nyumbani. Wakaniambia hatuna hata mafuta ya gari. Nikamwambia let me send what I have, mkuje. But it's an emergency case. So they came so fast, the husband and now the sister. So wakakuja, tukakaa yeye, pastor and him. So walipata house ikiwa all over. And then wakaniambia what's wrong. So I explained myself from the word go, what has happened. Maisha tumekuwa tukikaa, tumekuwa na hiyo kuvurutana and ups and downs, nini. And now nikamwambia, the reason I called is because you are men of God, you are servants of God. There's a journey I've been walking with God, and I feel I need some break to see what God is leading me to, because I feel like I'm in a wrong place. So akaniambia, no, Mama Junior, you don't go, stay.
Oh, these are people of God telling you to stay.
Just stay. Apologize, amesema atakaa vizuri. And then ile shida mulitutoa ndani when you came to this family, we don't want to go back there. You've been an icon to this family, we've been running to you.
Sasa shida ni bibi yake.
Hatutaki tena huyo mama tena. So like, I'm like, hata kama mtaki, maybe he can get someone else mwenye atakopa up na hiyo maisha, but for me, mahali nimefika,
I need to leave.
I need to leave. Whether he'll go back to her or not, this is me and my God. So akaniambia no. Naye akasema mimi watoto wangu kwanza hawezi lala nje. And so I can't allow you to go. So it was on a Saturday, and now they are preparing for sermon, the servants and also my pastor. So we couldn't keep them long. So kufika 7:30 hapo wakaenda. So nimebaki hapo. So nikaitisha October, they came back. He arranged everything. Akaniambia wewe ni mapepo zimekushika tu, zitakuachilia. I'll pray for you. Nini. But Lynn, I wasn't there. I couldn't sleep. On Sunday nikaenda church. He didn't go to church. I didn't want my kids to go, so I went alone. I couldn't concentrate. Nikaenda nikajifungia in one of the offices kwa church. I cried. I would cry and cry. You say, God, if you're leading me to do this, mbona unaweka obstacles? Why have you taken me back? Na kulikuwa na an opening.
Yes. Paka
nimeambia kwenye nahamia, I'm coming, they should open the gate for me. Nini. What is going on? So nikasema let me play it cool kwanza nione. So I went back. Kwanza akakuja kunichukua from church.
Yes.
And he had come with he access big cars. Alikuwa amekuja na Mercedes posh sana. Kaniambia, look the kind of life you want to live. Unataka kwenda wapi? Mtu mzuri anakufanyia nini? Lynn, I could not see that car. I've been in them, V8, nini. They are not helping me. They are not giving me what I want.
Yes.
What I want is to have a relationship with God. So I could mind me, ni wapi ujaenda? Ni wapi sijakupeleka? Ni maisha gani hujaonja?
He's seen the ugly stuff.
Nini unakimbia nayo? Why do you want to take my children away from the life they have been used to? Naangalia nasema wewe hata vitu unaongea hata zingi mahali kichwa yangu iko somewhere else. So we went back home. Akaniambia anyway, I'll pray for you. I know there's some demons in you. Hata nikikuangalia uso wako, there's something in you that is not you. The confidence you are having haujakuwa nayo. The way you are approaching and answering back to me and trying to explain some things to me, you've never had them before. So uko possessed na hizi vitu unaona kwa TV. Hata hiyo TV sikuwa naiwatch leo.
Yes.
Nilikuwa naiwashilia it's on, but my mind is
it's gone.
Niko na Mungu tu hivyo. So we went back, tukakaa hiyo siku. On Monday I didn't go to work. Hata singeweza kuamuka. Nilikuwa na feel torn. He tried to be good. He would call, kwa nyumba akaenda kambe soja. The moment you want to step out of the gate, let me know. Uniambia amebeba nini na stoke na kitu yote kama si handbag. So nikateremka kwenda kwa soja. Sija akaniambia nimeambia ukitoka hapa niseme kila kitu unatoka nayo. Nikamwambia mwambie natoka na handbag. But out of the gate, sasa mwambia so nikafanya kitu. Why would I live such kind of life? Nikarudi kwa nyumba. So that Monday I didn't go to work. Then on Tuesday nikawa tu bado tulikuwa hapa tasijielewe. A friend of mine called me. She's called Liz. And we share. So nikamwambia Liz, this is what happened last week. And I'm in this house but I'm just empty. I'm lost. Liz, my house nilikuwa napenda. I don't feel a sense of belonging anymore. So Liz tells me, Helen, when God gives instructions, wacha kumuuliza how you're going to go about it. Take a step of faith. Chukua nguo za watoto na utoke na kabu. Enda uanzie zero. Kambi Liz, hizi ni vitu nimenunua na pesa yangu. What are you telling me? Akaniambia no. If it's really God speaking and he knows you need them, they'll either follow you or he'll provide money
to get new ones. Oh.
I think akaniactivate yangu tena. So I came out of the house, nikaenda kauza soja. Soja, uweze nifungulia gate nitoke kabisa. Soja akaniambia unless utoke na Uber, hapo kwingine kazi yangu iko at risk. I understood him. And I work within the instructions given.
Yes.
So nikaenda, nikatoka hata sijui nilikuwa naenda hapa, nikajipata kwa chief. So I went and got a mail, chief, Na nilikuwa najua there is a lady. So nikajiuliza, mama uko hapa ako wapi?
Atanisikia.
That is the one I want to talk to. But now I'm getting a man. So I told this man, I want to come out. I need some time on my own. But my husband amekataa. Na amepeana instructions nisitoke. Na mimi nikiendelea kukaa kwa hiyo nyumba, I feel like I'll even die or do something. That man was like, the last time I had such a case and ignored it, the woman killed herself the next day. So what do you want to get from the house? Nikamwambia, just few stuff for my kids and I. Go pack them. Once you're done, give me a call. This is my number. Lynn. I went, nikachukua some few stuffs. In an hour's time, nilikuwa nimemaliza. And I called him, sir, I'm done. Akaniambia, where are you staying? Compare direction. He came. Akakuja, akaingia, akafungua gate. Nikaingiza lori nilikuwa nimeleta, nikachukua few stuff. Akaniambia, just take few stuffs that are so the essentials one. Hizo zingine utakuja kuchukua akiwa mwenyewe. And go. So tukatoka tuna mattress, tunguo, tukachukua kameko. Hivyo na to bag to documents to bag nini hivyo. So we left. So in the midst pia akapigiwa simu. So when I saw his call and I was about to leave, nikajua hapa nikazima. Nikazimia my pastor pia because I saw him calling and all that. Nikasema I'll not talk to anybody until I'm out.
Yes.
So tukamove. Nikaenda nikamove, I passed by shule nikachukua mtoto. Times when where are you going to? Nikamwambia we are going to a new home. We need to have 2 homes. My second born now. We need to have 2 homes and both are ours. So tutaka tuzoeshe pia nyumba nyingine ni yetu. So tukaenda hapo tukatandika mattress kwa floor, tukaconnect kameko ketu, then we began
life.
Yeah. So hiyo siku tulilala in cold. The tiles were so cold, but nililala usingizi. So in the morning nikamwanblock. So he called me akaniuliza, where are you? Nikamwambia somewhere at certain place. Why have you subjected my kids to such kind of life? Wamelala wapi? Nikamwambia kwa floor. Because ulikataa tusichukue vitu and whatever I was taking was just for the good of these kids. Akaniuliza, what do you want from the house? Nika remember what Liz told me. Whatever is yours will
follow you.
So nikamwambia, just need a double deck for the kids and one carpet at least. Akaniambia, you will pay for the transport. Nikamwambia, no problem. So akaziweka, but before I release them I have to come and see ni wapo mpeleka watoto wangu. So niko hapo tena akuje kwenye niko. Nikamwambia, let me think of it first. So in the process nikasema, if I won't show him where we are, hatapata amani na pia si atatupatia amani.
Yes.
He can even go to school and pick the kids. So let me cooperate. And I told God, I'm working out, but I don't want to create an enmity with this man. He's the father of my children. God. We've stayed together for some time. So I don't want to create an enmity with him, but I want us just to do things
the right way.
Okay. So when he came, he was so furious. Akaingia, kafungia kutoka kitanda. Akaniuliza, where am I putting the bed? Nikamwambia, this is my room. I want to be sleeping in the same room with my kids. Akaniambia, no, this one is grown up. Kwani unaona? Nikamwambia, tengeneza hii kitanda hapo. So akatengeneza kitanda, then he went. Nikamwambia, anytime you want to come here, I'll be the one to tell you. But for now, respect my decision and just keep off. So tukakaa. So at some point alikuwa na matusi na nini hivyo, watu wameenda wamenicondemn, nimefanya nini, but Lynn, I couldn't listen to them. Nilikuwa tuna an overwhelming peace. Yani nikiwa kwa hiyo nyumba nilikuwa contented. I remember there was a day he came with a friend of mine, a very close lady friend of mine. This lady, I had told her what we were going through, and so he also told her because he knew we are good friends. So akamwambia, Hellen could be having another man. The house that she has gotten, it's a little bit expensive, and when you see her, she's just content where she is.
Yes.
So this lady came and akanikalisha chini akauliza, are you in any relationship that has made you to walk out? Nikamwambia, yes, I'm in a relationship, but with God.
Oh, wow.
But not with any man. And if there's any man, that man is God. So, and I told her, you are my friend. There's no need to hide anything. Kama kuna kitu ningekuambia. But nikamwambia, the process nimeenda through na relationships, I wouldn't get out of the pan, nijiingize tena kwa moto. I just want this time around to try this God. Nione kama ana work.
Yes.
He'll be able to forgive me and use me the way I want him to use me. So, this man with time akaanza cool down.
Yeah.
kaanza cool down. He will send messages, kiniambia nimekusamea. Do you know he told me he had even planned to kill me? When he saw that I've actually managed to move out, alikuwa amejiambia huyu mwanamke namuua, then I take the kids. But akasema something spoke to him, ikamwambia don't do it. Yeah, so ikakuwa hivyo.
Wow.
So later on we had a meeting with him, pastor and my counselor.
Yes.
Now I needed to make it clear I'm not coming back. And the reason why I'm not coming back ni hii na hii. So because he was so adamant to listen, I had to do it now before servants of God. So we had that meeting and he told me, provided uninyimi chance ya kuwa na watoto, I respect your decision.
Yes.
It is hard. I don't know where you're coming from, where you're going, but now sita object. Kama ni mapenzi ya Mungu, I'll not object it. And I saw things falling. Now I had requested God, we don't need to be enemies, and I can see him now buying my decisions. So from there we've been friends.
Yes.
We talk.
Yeah.
Sometimes ananiambia niwekee watoto kwa gari wakuje niwaone, naweka kwa gari, they go see him, he bring them back. Now the 2 kids,
yes,
because the other one is a candidate, so hana hiyo time ya kumove
up and down.
Yeah, and that is how it has been. And now, Lynn, coming to the reason why I needed this platform.
Why you wanted to share this story.
Yeah, that long story.
No, it's not long. We have time.
And so, Lynn, we are living in a generation where girls want microwaved relationships. They want things to be done bio. Hawajui kesho yake iko aje. And people are deceived. I'll tackle girls because now that's my area of interest.
Yes.
Girls have been deceived through social media, peer pressure, lifestyle, you see. And you could even hear some of the stations wanaplay wanaona like polygamous party. There's this slogan going on, sharing is caring. There's nothing like that.
Mwanaume hawezi kuwa wa msichana mmoja.
Yeah. In this journey I had to study about marriage. What is this thing called marriage now according to God, not according to what the world has framed it to be. And Lynn, there's a design God wants the marriage to be. God did not create man akatoa 2 ribs. He took 1. And that 1 rib was meant for this man alone. Sio mtu mwingine. So you being the second rib, uko misplaced. Eternally. Umeacha rib, kwenye ulitoa rib yako shimo. You understand? So I nearly studied from that level na nikajua God was not mad to unite my husband with the wife for 20 years. Then mimi nikuje in the picture niko the second rib. No. I wouldn't try to justify my actions. Neither would I try to justify his actions. But now, at the center of it, what is God talking about? Marriage. And you know, God embraced marriage, and I think he honors marriage. And yeye usikia vibaya, mimi ufikiria hivyo, isikia vibaya akiona, you see like you try to plan your things. Na mwingine anajileta na ujuaji yake.
Yes, anakoroga.
You feel bad. You feel like whatever you're trying to construct is not working. So I didn't want to be that a person when God comes and looks at the marriage design, anapata Hellen, ndiye alikuwa anajaribu
kukoroga vitu.
So it's not easy being that kuna watoto walikuwa involved.
Yes.
But now nikajiuliza, what if I compromise now and then later on nishindo hata kitu ya kuambia hawa watoto when they'll be following the same pattern.
Getting wife number 1, 2, 3 and 4 years.
Yeah, na atakwambia mami hata wewe si, because you know they'll get to know the truth.
Yes.
So nikajiambia I want to be that lady or that person who will stand in the gap, not only for my kids, for even my family, pia to cut that polygamous thing. Nikaambia God, use me as
an example,
because God is just looking for that one person who is willing sindio, to be used by him.
Yes.
To accomplish a mission.
Yes.
So nikaambia God, on this line use me.
Yeah.
And I surrendered all to God. Nikaambia God, I'll not look to where I'm coming from. Sitaangalia finances zangu, sitaangalia the society, because now pia what tunaogopa to make decisions thinking that we'll be condemned by the society.
Yes.
And people will call you
all sorts of names.
So nikamwambia God, I'll only listen to what you'll call me to be. I'll not listen to what other people will think of me. Hata wakini condemn to what level, I'll not care.
Even if they think your story should put you to shame,
you don't care. You see, people say shame on her. You see, nikasema let me be ashamed, but hii kitu isifanyikia the next person. Si ndio? Let me take the shame, but hii kitu isifanyikia, especially in my lineage. Lynn, we had to break it. There must be somebody who's willing to come in and break it. Hata nikasema if I do this, hata my mom, unajua deep inside she'll be just because at least kuna mtu amesimama in the gap to break the lineage connection. Nikamwambia God, if I do it, wacha ikuwe end of polygamous setup in my family, wacha ikuwe hata in my kids generation, let them walk and live according to your origin purpose of man. And even to other, I'll be used like like other girls, you see, who are outside there and they are thinking that sharing is caring. Once they hear this story, there's nothing like that.
Some people will say no, but the ratio of men to women has itoshani.
It's a lie. It's a lie, Lynn. That is what the science is telling us of the world. Kwani Mungu ni mwendazimu aumbe wanaume wengi kushinda wanawake? He knows where you came from, where your rib was taken from. Anajua, and as long as you're alive, it's there. You see, so mtu asikudanganya at the ratio of men ni kidogo the compared. It's a lie.
It's a lie.
Yeah.
Are you proud of yourself?
I'm very much proud of myself, and I know the decision I've taken, Lynn. If there's anybody, the reason I wanted to share this story that first is that nisikae 6 years. Then nikuje na share story, mwingine aseme 6 years down the line ningekuwa nimesikia story, I wouldn't have made the decision I've made. So I'm stopping this lady who is about to enter into someone's marriage because anafikiria it's the right thing. At sharing is caring. At wanaume ni wachache. Who say that? If you walk in line with God and with the word of God, there is this man designed for you. It is a matter of asking, and I've tested God. Lynn, God is real. He is real. Provided you are willing to do what he has. You know, hata when I was walking out, I was like, watoto wamezoea kukula vitu mzuri, wamezoea kuishi maisha mzuri. How will I be able to? Do you know God is faithful? Because zile vitu amenifanyia within that time. And the kids, you know,
yes,
it is only the little boy, he's about 3 years, they are affected. But the firstborn, he was okay after explaining to him what has happened. Though I didn't tell him the reasons,
the details.
But I told him we need to give. You've seen, because now kumefika paka kumekuwa violent. We could have some fights in the house. You see those screams I used to make, and you could come in, and I don't want you to go through this because now unafanya mtihani wako. So he would understand. The second born told him, as long as I'm with you, I'm okay.
I'm okay.
So shida ilikuwa mtoto mdogo. But I hold him and pray and tell God that you'll give this. At some point alikuwa anasema school inaenda kwa babangu alikulishe, and he will stay like that until tumweke kwa gari aende kwa babake akule, then atamleta.
Yes.
But as time went by, akafanya nini? Akaanza kwa adjust. So if God leads you to do something,
do it.
He has given you the capacity. Do it, because he'll take care of everything. Sometimes tuna hold on to earthly things. What will people think? Niache hii nyumba mzuri, niache mali. You see what? Then you hold on to this, you miss your destiny.
And the first wife, do you talk? Have you ever reached out and been like, I'm sorry?
I wanted to do it at some time, and I called her. I have 2 different lines.
Yes.
And I remember I called her with a line that she didn't have, so that at least we can talk. Because angejua ni ingine angekata.
Yes.
So I told her, this Hellen, I want us to talk. Unataka kuniambia nini? You see? So nikasikia bado akona hiyo uchungu. So nikakata, nikamwandikia message, nikamwambia just want us to embrace peace and forgiveness in the whole thing, and if we can meet and talk, at least it's
better.
Nilikuwa nimeamsha. So she sent me messages zikifuatana, and immediately akampigia akamwambia, tell your wife to stop nagging me. Ni nini ananipigia simu akitaka kuniambia? So this man calls me, nikamwambia mimi sijampigia. I wanted to see how this thing goes. So akatuma messages, nikaona bado akona mauchungu.
She's still in pain.
So nikajua hapa the best thing I can do is to do what? To block her. And na nikajiambia this thing, it is God ameniambia mimi. God can minister to her wherever she is, sindio? So let me honor my part first. Let me play my part first. So if there is any place that God will want us to meet and ask for the forgiveness. God will provide the platform. But for now, wacha ni deal na hali yangu. So Lynn, that's the step I took.
Obviously, she's going to watch this.
Yeah, I'm sure.
She's going to watch this. And if at all she watches, what would you want her to know?
Okay, one, she's a wonderful woman. Yeah, she is. I remember telling my mom, ungekuwa na roho kama ya mwanamke fulani, maybe babangu hangeoa bibi wengine. Because this woman has fought
for her marriage.
Yes. Akitumia mbinu zote. Mama kanambia, sometimes battles zingine si zetu, ni Mungu tupigania. So I would see her fighting for what is legally hers. And hata saizi Lynn, if I hear that wamereconcile, they are back together, it will be the most happiest part of my life. Nitajua Mungu, because you know God is a God of reconciliation. I'll be very happy. Because this woman deserves it. Despite the weakness and all that, we are not to judge. We are not to justify other people's actions. So I know at some point she might get to hear of this. I'm really sorry for what I did to her. I'm really sorry. Lynn, hata nikaambiwa niende nimoshe miguu to apologize. I will do it. I will do it because sababu I wouldn't want that thing. Hata mimi singeweza kutaka kufanywa kitu kama hiyo. You see? And my prayer is, I know hata yeye ilifika mahali aka withdraw and all that, but I would pray that she finds her heart, a place in her heart to forgive this man. And Mungu tu atumie njia zake or reconcile. That one nitajua hata my kids are safe, and also my relationship na yeye and all that is safe.
Helen, who are you? This is the first time I'm hearing of another woman apologizing to another woman for having taken or been with her husband. People would be like, are you not ashamed?
Lynn, there's something called repentance. What is repentance? I understand repentance according to what I've learned from the word of God. It's turning away from your ways, wicked ways. And it's an overhaul change of your lifestyle to a better person. So if you're not willing to let go those things that could keep you, let me ask it, like a drunkard.
Yes.
Mlevi akiacha pombe, let's use that example. Naseme leo nimeacha pombe na sikunywi kabisa. And then he repents and then he receives Jesus Christ. Wewe mlevi anafaa endelee kukunywa pombe so that grace may abound. No.
You gotta put a stop.
Cut those things that are making you not to live in line with the word of God. I'm not even doing it because of Sema Sasa Yeye or her people or what. I'm doing this because this is what God has instructed me to do. And God's instructions, you don't negotiate or try to
question.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah. And for kufika your time, 10 years si mchezo. You see, but nilijiambia, why can't I be that person mwenye hata ule mwenye amekaa 2 years na hafeel kitu chochote, Mungu aanze pia kumuongelesha through this story.
This is so brave of you.
And also her, unajua kuna zile vitu married people do to their couples na zina wa drift apart na they lead. I'm not trying to tell men wenye wamefanya hizi vitu to do it, but now you know pia yeye kuna reconciliations amefanya na Mungu. So if this man happens to go back, I think they'll stay happy. They'll be very happy.
Because God united them for a reason.
And God cannot break his laws. And God is God of covenant. Na covenant, one of the covenants God has with man is marriage. So Hellen was trying to break something that God had ordained. And it didn't work because I believe God had a reason. And I know God loves me so much. Because you see, where I was heading, ilikuwa kwa njia distraction.
Hey.
I was leading to distraction. Maybe something could have happened.
Yes.
And Makyu, this man, okay, nilimpata akiwa ame backslide, but he was a servant of God. In his youth, he will serve God. He's a singer.
He understands the word.
Yeah. In fact, alikuwa anatulead sometimes kwa praise kwa nyumba because we would pray before we go to sleep. And you're like, oh my. Then I'd ask him, why can't you go back to God and serve the way you used to do when you were a youth? Because he will tell you the missions they will go and all that, but down the line I'll backslide. Ye mwenyewe ndiye anajua the reasons. So I would also want God to restore him so that he can serve God.
What message do you have for him?
He's a wonderful person, made in the image and likeness of God. He's a faithful, sorry to say, but a faithful father to the children and a good example. He has helped me bring out these children in a very lovely way. But we were not meant to be together. We were just trying to break God's law. So I think the best thing for him is to find a place in his heart to reconcile with God, because God is always willing to reconcile with him. Aanze hii journey vile Hellen nilianza, ambie God, I missed this place. Why can't we start again, work with me and also lead me to what I'm supposed to do. Yeah, but he's a good person. He's a very good person.
Yes.
And I know if he turns from the kind of life he's living and serves God, God will take him far. Yeah.
What are you more proud of?
I'm proud of this God.
Because you are glowing.
Thank you. Lynn, Mungu ni mtamu. I know you know that. God is so sweet, and his ways are not our ways, but now they are the best to follow. There's no regret in walking with God. So I'm proud of this God. Very proud. The steps that Lynn, I couldn't even gain the confidence to talk about this, because I know people will watch this will be shocked. Lynn, I guide people, I advise people in their marital issues, and I'm also in line of work. People respect me. So, but nimejitolea kwa sababu I'm proud of my God. Sitaki kupea shetani nafasi. I'm also proud of the children that he has given me.
Wow.
He has given me so wonderful kids. I love them. I will do anything for them, provided it is in the line with the word of God. And I want to be the best mother so that after wakigrow, I know at some point they'll watch this.
Yes.
They'll know, Mommy sacrificed this so that we can have a good life. At the moment, labda inaweza kuwa vile hawaoni, but when they are grown up, they'll see this.
They'll see this.
Yeah, it's like a sacrifice and being that ikitu ikatike kabisa.
Kwa familia yako.
Kwa familia yangu. Na pia watoto wangu wakuwe na maisha mzuri. They enjoy the origin pattern about marriage.
Yes,
yeah.
I love you.
Thank you.
God, you are so brave. I mean,
and I'm also proud of my mother. Oh, that woman is so wonderful.
Yeah.
I love her. Lynn, mambo inakuwa ngumu, you give her call, alafu anakuambia uko na Bible hapo. Fungua kitabu fulani. Inakwambia nini? Yes. Sometimes unamwambia mami yake mtu like use what like ujinga, anakwambia anybody that God created haizi kuwa mjinga.
Wow.
Because when you say somebody is mjinga,
yes.
You're trying to tell God who made him in his image that he's mjinga.
You created a fool.
Yeah. So she would encourage me. She says I'm an Esther. Yeye uniambia hivyo. Wewe ni Esther, wewe ni the other lady. Yeah. Anapenda sana nini ya Esther. Yeah. And I'm so proud of her because she showed us God. And she stood with us when nobody could. And she's still there with us.
Even right now.
Even right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's what everyone needs.
Yeah.
A parent that understands.
She's very understanding. She's back in the village, but she'll watch this.
Yes. Lazima tumtumie.
Tutamtumia ataona.
Yeah.
Na I thank God because Mungu amempa enlightenment hata kiwa kule in the village.
Yes.
She gets to the social media na kuona
Ako YouTube.
Ako YouTube.
Mam, unajua hapa lazima hii ni ile kijiji lazima tutume salamu.
Salamu.
So tungetaka kutuma salamu, mama anaitwa nani?
Mom is called Tekla. Tekla Ambia.
Yes.
And she's in a village called Eshivimbi.
Somewhere
in Bukura.
Yes. Huko. Acha tutume salamu kwa Tekla akiwa pale Eshivimbi. Sisi tungetaka kusema mama asante sana kwa kuochi kipindi. Hapa tuwezi toka bila, na pia watu wote wa Eshivimbi tungetaka kutuma salamu. Ni makosa. Lynn, yes, lazima watu wasalimiwe.
wakitazama kutoka huko.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am like super proud of you.
Thank you.
I don't know what you know, sometimes when I say these shows are ordained, I might look like I'm over, you know, I'm exaggerating, I'm over saying things, but I don't believe that these shows are just like kawaida things.
No, they are not.
I feel like there's a reason why God had to put you here.
Very true.
He had to put you here today.
Very true.
You know, for a purpose and for a cause. And I see so many women who are going to be watching this, or even men who know that they are doing things on the side and they feel like they want to talk to someone with zero judgment. I feel like people are going to honestly reach out to you. And this, you know, this is I will not lie, this is a beautiful choice for you to make.
Amen.
You know, this is a beautiful, honestly, I'm not going to, we have never met a more honest person who owns it and says, I see where my faults are. And this is the path I choose to take. And I'm deciding that I know what role I've played. I'm claiming responsibility. I don't want people to think I'm the victim here. I'm claiming responsibility. And this is where God had decided, this is the path that I'm going to follow. And this is the path that I'm following. So kudos for that.
Thank you.
Yes,
thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, those, I want to wind up, but before I do, what do you think we needed to touch on that we've not touched on?
Okay. I think two things, shortly.
Yes. Go on.
One, to all the ladies and people who will be watching this show, I know people go through stuffs. And Lynn, I remember when I decided to come out, there are those people within my circle that I could confide and tell. Do you know, there are like two ladies I approached. And they told me, Hellen, you're telling a story of our life. Wale watu nilikuwa najua wanakaa in a perfect marriage. And the other said, hata mimi niko na bwana mwenye naishi na yeye iko hivi na hivi. And I was like, really? You see? So I know this shetani ametumia this platform ya marriage could destroy in such a way, but God is a God of restoration. And he's willing to restore us back to his design of marriage. And also, he has good plans for us. The plans of God upon our lives are good. They are plans to prosper us and not lead us to evil. So just hold on there, hold on and wait upon the Lord to give you directions. Don't make any decision. Don't be like me of 10 years back, making someone cry because of you. Honestly, it's not fair. It is something that is so painful and ungodly. And also, I'm open. I'm open for any discussion. I'm open for any platform. If
how can people reach you? Because I know people will want to maybe get in touch with you.
Okay.
How can they do that?
I can share my number.
If you're okay with it, feel free.
Okay. I'll share my number. That is 0707 825 210.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the full names?
Hellen Anindo.
Yes.
On social media, it's Hellen Nath. And they can reach out onto me. I'm willing to be used to enlighten, especially young ladies who are about to make such decisions. I'm open for any godly platform to bring this light to people. Maybe now, wakiona somebody who has been there through before, they'll be able to make a turn in their lives and do things according to the will of God. And also, do what? Just doing the right thing before the will of God.
The will of God.
And then another thing, I'm an entrepreneur. And
feel free, tell people here, we tell people what we do.
Maybe I should use this. I'm an entrepreneur.
Tell us, what do you do?
I love, actually my call is in line with girls. Anything to do with a woman, I love doing it. So at some time back, God instructed me to start a nanny agency. And there were some reasons that made me to start that. And when I began, I wanted to create jobs for girls. And I didn't know how to go about it. But I remember I tell you, when God instructed you to do something, do it. Because I didn't have knowledge on how to go about it. So God inspired me, na nikaanza, and I've been running this agency. And we do place girls, house helps, company workers, Any kind of legal placement,
Yes.
we do it.
Beautiful.
We do it.
Yes, so you have an agency.
I have an agency. Yeah, it's called Ambience Professional Services.
Ambience Professional Services.
Ambia is my second name for my mother.
For mom.
Yes. So I decided to name it after her because I call her woman of valor.
Good.
And in her, good things come out.
Good.
So in Ambience Professional Services, we do place. I basically deal with house helps,
yes.
Because I feel when I impart a girl child in a way, unajua mtu ufikire kama hujasoma you have nothing to do. House help jobs are the best.
Yes.
You can do it, and even wale wamesoma, we also place graduates.
Yes.
Mwenye hutaki kwenda kupata help from men, you want to earn your living in a legal way, you come talk to us, we get you somewhere else.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And the phone number is the same?
It is the same. It is the same. I'm the one managing it.
Yes.
So in case of anything, they can reach out and to us.
It's very important that you tell us that, you know.
So that's what I do.
Let people just be themselves, you know, and just tell us also what you are doing. And thank you so much.
Karibu.
You are, as I said, you are very brave. And I know this story will be used. There's a purpose and there's a reason why we had to sit here. There's a reason why your story had to be shared through our platform. So we don't take that for granted. Take that for granted. Go out there and conquer and bloom. There's a question. So the next time you're settling with a man, you have to make sure that's your rib. Or have we closed those doors?
Actually,
yes.
My life, mahali imefika, it will only be ordered by God.
Good. We wait for God.
So if God comes to a place now, he feels you want to bless me with one, that man has to be my rib.
Yes.
And I don't want anybody with attachments. No.
Anyone with who comes from another person.
Yeah.
You are waiting for your own.
Lynn, before you close,
yes.
When I was a child, I loved weddings. I really loved weddings, and in the village, unajua mtaenda weddings, mkule keki, pilau and all that. Yeah. So nilikuwa nasema hata mimi nikigrow, I would also want to get married through wedding.
Okay.
But now it didn't happen. So ilinishat, I used to hate weddings. Hata nikifungulia TV ni wedding.
You shut off.
Kukiwa na wedding ya church, I wouldn't attend. So at like 2 years back, ndo nimeanza ku open up for weddings. Good. At least I could attend. Nikaanza kutoa hiyo perspective that it didn't work out for me. Yeah. So let me celebrate those ime work out for.
I'll clap for others until
it's my time. So I'll keep on waiting upon the Lord. Yeah. I know if he told me to do this, he has great plans for me.
Yes.
And I don't want to we make mistakes, we fall several times. I think nimeanguka ya kutosha.
Good. I like that. And as you've said, you are letting God order your steps.
Yes.
So kukiwa na hiyo harusi, remember to invite us.
Sure, you will leave them also.
Yeah, remember to invite us also. And I really do wish you all the best.
Amen.
And thank you for even being very open with us and honest with us.
Thank you.
We don't owe you. Like, you know, you don't owe us anything.
Thank you.
You did not owe us your honesty. You did not owe us your story. But we really do appreciate that you felt it. You know, it was the right place for you to be able to share your story with us. And we appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Yes, and now my people, this is the part I tell you, I really want to know what you think about today's conversation. What are we learning, guys? What are some of the things we are taking home from these kind of conversations? And even if you are sitting there and you know probably the person that you are moving with, the person you are vibing with is not your rib, what do you think you are going to be doing about it? Yeah. And of course, I want to say thank you. I appreciate your love and support for our projects, our programs. We do not take it for granted. And also a kind reminder that we have a beautiful site where you can also go and read wonderful stories. And it's right here, guys. You can see some of the stories that we've worked on that are right here. So please just go and check it out and let us know what you think about our conversation. And again, the email has changed, guys. We have an official email where you can be able to share your story with us, and the emails are also right here on the screen. Send a summary, and who knows, we could be sharing your story on the next episode of Hellen LNS. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. A huge shout out to our amazing team, our amazing director and camera person, the legendary Edwin Ochieng. Thank you so much for everything that you do on this episode, and of course our amazing editor Kelvin for compiling this episode and making sure that it reaches you guys right on time. Have a wonderful day. God bless you. Till next time. Bye-bye. Yeah.
Thank you.